How's it going?
It's good. How are you?
I'm good. It's we're remote potting today because
Because
these
it's raining and
rainstorms.
we're LA kids now. We don't go out in the rain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also like this city is not built for that much rain.
Not for the kind of rain. We heard thunder. We had lightning last night.
Thunder. Hear the thunder. Clap, clap, clap. Lightning and the thunder.
Okay, what did we say about Imagine Dragons?
That we're gonna go see them this summer when they come to LA.
That would be the worst.
I would hate that.
That would be
this last weekend, Pitbull was putting on a free concert, and I was like, I was sent it to Chris Hurt because he loves Pitbull, and he was like, "Yeah, no,
man, he'd be easily identifiable in that crowd.
Woody."
Oh, 100%. That is a lot of women that look like they're going to a club at an arena.
Well,
Uh
I gotta hide
yeah,
my self view, or else I'm just gonna stare at myself the whole time because I look great.
you do. Look at
Thanks.
you.
I know.
You've been killing it.
I showered yesterday.
But yeah, thunder and lightning.
Yeah,
I would say
lots of flooding.
In the 17 years I've lived here, that would be maybe the fourth time I've heard thunder.
Oh, really?
Granted, I'm not here a lot to be.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard it a few times, but it is very rare. I mean, it's like once every 3 years.
And normally it's more of a rumble, like in the distance, like Garth Brooks style. But this was very much
the thunder rolls. And the thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. Bam, bam, bam. And a sleepless night.
But yeah, last night there was a big boom. There was a Kansas style boom.
There was a big boom, and there was a huge crack of lightning when I went out to my car last night that apparently put out Meg's transformer in her neighborhood because she lost power for I guess she only lost power for 2 hours now that I'm doing the math. So it probably wasn't a transformer, but
still not great.
Still not great, Bob.
Although, granted, it was all of 50 degrees outside. Not super cold in the grand scheme of things.
Right. But I mean, it's, you don't want your food to go bad in the fridge. That's what sucks.
That's fair. But also,
I guess I can last 2 days.
Yeah.
My friend Matt, he's got water coming into his floors.
Is he still in the nice apartment?
Yeah.
Or still in the nice Hollywood Hills?
Yeah. But the thing with hills is when the water starts at the top, it rolls down. So
yeah, it's coming through his floors.
Yeah. I FaceTimed with him last night, and it was like he would step on the hardwood and it would squish water out into the corner, like pools of water.
Wow.
It's he's like, I'm so exhausted. I'm like, I bet that sounds not fun.
That sounds not fun. Man, what a great time to live in the valley.
Dude, this place is not built for rain. I went to Jordy's last night, and I was like, it wasn't really raining when I left. It was like a trickle, but man, it was like sheets of rain, like a torrential downpour when I was driving over there. And Riverside was flooded.
The street.
Beyond flooded. Yes, Riverside, the street, which is in the valley.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like up to people's doors and they were driving through it.
This city does not have good drainage.
No, they don't. They don't. And also all the rain, like 70% of the rainwater we're getting just gets funneled into the ocean because, that's how the city was built.
However, I did read an article.
Get the water out of here.
They've built ways to that water is now channeled to somewhere where it can be used as drinking water and all that stuff. I don't know how.
Well, I
don't know
this
how
was
much
on the
of
news yesterday.
Yeah. Well, maybe it used to be 100%, and now we're getting 30% of it because of these civil things.
Warriors, civil warriors, activists,
or just civil projects, civil engineers. Maybe.
Well, who do you think starts those?
I think engineers probably.
We could call them civil warriors.
I didn't see anyone with a sign next to the 10 going, hey, we need to channel the rainwater so that we can use it for drinking water.
Well, I mean, someone did have that sign. It's just a lot to fit on a sign. Can't really read it. It's just hard to read. You're like, I'm not reading that.
Yeah, the thing that I do love about the rain, though, especially here in California, is you like in the Midwest, it's raining. You're still doing stuff.
Yeah.
And out here in California, you're like, hey man, I can't do that. It's raining.
Yeah.
because I was supposed to have a dinner, which I was kind of surprised with. My friend was like, "Hey, we're having dinner,"
Mm.
and I was like going out, and they're like, "Yeah," and then the torrential downpour and the thunder happened, and they were like, "No, we're not doing this." I was like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, we're not doing this."
I mean, I love a canceled plan. That's the thing.
There's
It's just like also LA drivers, they're already terrible. And then on top of that, you add rain to the mix.
Yeah, twice in in 3 days I had to straight up lock up the brakes, honk on the horn because someone did something really stupid in front of me.
Doesn't your Tesla do that for you?
Yeah, but it doesn't stop you from reacting. Me and the Tesla were both like, fuck this bitch.
You both had to pull over and just be like, whoa.
Oh, let's calm
what
down.
Just happened?
But the Tesla was like, hey man, I need to calm down. My anxiety's through the roof. But yeah, a woman, left-hand turn from the right-hand lane. And then when I honked on my horn, looked at me like I did something. She was like, what? What? People do this all the time in Romania, where I'm from. And then coming to see you, we were supposed to do this pod yesterday, and I packed a bunch of shit: my computer, my iPad, a hard drive I had to take to a friend's house,
a magazine for the bathroom,
and then when I got into your apartment, I screamed "fuck" because I did not have this microphone.
You screamed it in the hallway.
Yeah.
On the stairs. And I'm like, well, maybe we don't yell that in the apartment building.
Like a Tourette's victim.
He's just fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everything's fine out here, folks.
So Andi and I played a few rounds of we played a game of switch bowling, and we played a round of switch golf. And then I went and got my credit card from Rocco's because I had left it there. But we'll get into that later. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's the 1 millionth podcast. I'm Chris Porter.
I'm Andi Porter.
We're siblings.
We sure are.
We're Scott and Carol's kids. We spent a lot of time with Scott and Carol in the last couple of weeks, and we'll get into that.
We sure did.
After the intros, because we haven't seen you in a few weeks, mainly because of the holidays.
Yeah.
And then we released one with an audio defect.
Oh yeah, sorry about that, guys.
That was a bummer.
Yeah, Chris had his his laptop microphone was open, and we didn't know, and it recorded audio on both, and it was not very fixable. No. We even had an Emmy award-winning audio engineer take a crack at it. And we tried. But anyway, yeah, that's why it sounded so terrible. But hopefully we've got it right this time. But you never know.
We did do a test recording. Everything sounded great. Although, to be real honest with you, the part I recorded, you were talking most of the time. Oh, but when I said, yeah, well, seemed real nice. Seemed real nice. Yeah.
Man, I wish I had a mic stand.
Didn't I? I sent you one.
I know, but they sent it to my coworker's hotel room, and I didn't know it until we were done with the show.
Oh, well, they're on Amazon. They're $12. Let me know. I'll Venmo you. If you're struggling with the $12. Also, you can just grab one of these boom stands next time you're here.
I know. Well, I want a little one so I can use it at my desk.
It's pretty great. I got to be honest with you. And you feel like a giant. Look how tiny it is.
Yeah. Well,
we should get little, I should get us little 1 millionth pod collars.
For our throats?
No. For the mic stands.
Why not both? Turtlenecks that say OMP on them.
I'm not a choker guy, personally.
Turtlenecks.
Still not.
And they'll be embroidered with OMP, and we'll take some Olin Mill style photographs.
For my next record, we did a redo of a very famous album cover, and in the album cover, one of them's wearing a turtleneck, and I was like, I even own like a half turtleneck to golf in.
A mock neck.
A mock neck, but I was like, can't do turtlenecks. Just can't do it.
Why? Did mom make you wear too many of them as a kid?
Mom hates turtlenecks. Mom despises.
Are you nuts? Mom wears No,
No,
she
on
doesn't. Mom
men.
wears
On
so many
men, she
turtlenecks.
hates turtlenecks.
Oh, I was like,
Like,
Mom wears so many turtlenecks.
oh, she loves turtlenecks for herself, but she's like, for dudes, it's not a look. She's like, you'll never see dad in a turtleneck without mom laughing next to him. Like, look
He
at
can't
this.
really wear a lot of things without Mom laughing next to him. My friend Matt and his new girlfriend, they came to my Friendsmas party and they were both wearing black turtlenecks and pants. And I was like,
No.
are you guys gonna do some improv after dinner?
Or like some beatnik poetry where
No,
Matt plays the bongos and she's
they
like,
were like, we're actually gonna do spoken word.
fucking. How do you not? You know, one of them showed up to the other one's house and they looked at each other, and that's when one of you changes.
But also they were probably like, it's kind of funny. Fuck it. Who cares? It's just a turtleneck.
I wonder if they planned it. I mean, when you look that fucking pretentious and French together, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe fucking one of you puts on a white shirt or a gray
Maybe.
one.
I don't know. I think it's funny.
I don't know.
The sun is coming out. I haven't seen the sun since, what day is it?
I don't know.
Tuesday?
Sounded like a great start to a song, and then
I haven't seen the sun
nothing.
since Saturday.
Wow.
Look.
Because granted, it's only Tuesday, to be fair.
I know, but we live in the Sunshine State. No, it's not. That's Florida.
That is Florida. Yeah.
Hmm.
Or the Golden State.
You're the Golden State. Well, look at this. Turning golden.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? It used to before, in like the late the late aughts, like every January or February, there would be just 2 straight weeks of rain, and that would be our winter. And that's also how we got our water. And then the fucking igloos started melting. And now
I hate it when they do that.
we don't really have that. So this is good. We're getting somewhat back to normal. God bless America and small puppies.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we've been away for a while. I would say how was your weekend, but let's say how was your last fortnight? I know I spent a lot of it with you. By the way, fortnight is old talk for 2 weeks.
It's also a video game, I think, for the children.
It is, but that it lasted way more than 2 weeks. I wonder why it's called
Fork Knife.
Fork Knife. I wonder why it's called. I wonder if it's Fortnite, like fort, like the build. I don't know.
I think it is. I think you have to like build stuff. You get outfits, I think, and you have to like you can accrue dances.
So like when you kill somebody, you can like teabag them and shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, like on Saints Row.
You used to have to just fake it by just getting on top of them and doing it manually.
Man.
But now it's like in the fucking baseball game when you hit a home run, you flip your bat, and you can choose those things. So same lines.
Oh, in your baseball video game?
In my baseball video game.
Yeah, not in real life.
I'll tell you what, one time I showed up and I only did this once. I went and played in this comic softball game. And then I got there and found out there was a no hustle rule. I'm sure they meant like don't hustle, like don't try to hurt, because they didn't want people to get hurt, but also, I don't know, I guess they didn't
like
want
don't hurry.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they meant like don't hustle, like don't fucking like have any side bets going on.
Don't have any side bet. No, it was like, don't dive for balls and stuff. And it was like,
Gotcha.
That's why I'm here. But we were also playing on a girls' field. So like if you got a hold of the ball at all, it was gone. And so I did have
the bases were pink.
But I hit
the umpire was a unicorn.
But it was the only time I ever got to hit a ball, and like as soon as I hit it, I knew it was gone, and just got to do the fucking walk-off thing, and I totally did it.
Nice.
Yeah. I even talked to the girl that was pitching. I was like, yeah, bitch, don't bring that shit in here.
Yeah, did you?
Not really, but that
she was 6.
Her dad was right behind her. I just eyed her the whole way.
You're lucky she's deaf.
Yeah.
Fucking bragging about hitting a out of the park home run on a deaf 6-year-old. What's wrong with you?
What's up? Hey, you got to take them or you can get them.
Oh man, you still in that league?
No, I literally played it in that one time and I was like, I don't want to play. Like, it was
Oh
cool.
no, I meant the little kids league. I was still doing the bit. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I don't really care about your softball league. That doesn't have me on the team. Anyway. My fortnight has been great. We were in Kansas City.
Yeah, we were for
It was we
record breaking cold.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to get there before the shit hit the fan weather wise
And airline wise.
and airline wise, thusly. So yeah, we were good. We were safe in the comfort of mom and dad's living room with the fire on and two puppy dogs watching everybody else scramble to get where they were going.
It was pretty
Sorry
funny.
if that was you.
Sorry, but yeah, but from where we were having a great time.
Yeah, the wind chill the second day I was there was -30.
I
And
mean,
the day I left,
it was
65. The day I left, it was 65. It went up 95 degrees temperature wise, like
relatively.
feel wise, relatively,
Yeah.
wind chill wise.
Yeah. But even ambiently, it went up 65 degrees.
85. It was like 15 below.
Not actual. I think actual only got down to like -1, -2.
Oh, really? It was
Yeah.
just wind. It was windy as
Still.
fuck. It was cold. It hurt. It
From
hurt.
a guy who's been in -64 actual degree temperatures, you don't feel a difference between -10 and -64. It's just
Yeah. It's just fucking cold.
Your body just like fuck.
Oh man. Yeah, it was cold. So Chris, I was telling the fan every time we go home, no one can decide on what to watch, and so it's always just Friends on in the background. And it's just been a decade of Friends on in the background. And I was like, hey, would it be cool? Like, what if we all just watch something else? And they were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why don't you like Friends anymore? And I was like, okay, I'll just shut up then. And then the next
First
morning I
off,
woke
we
up.
did watch something else. We were 100% like, yeah, we can watch something else.
No, yeah, it was an amicable conversation.
Seinfeld, The Office.
Which is fine. Those are fine. But yeah, the next morning I woke up and there was something covered with a blanket on the coffee table or on the kitchen table, which I just thought was a package that arrived late. And I was like, oh, I just can't see that yet.
But I
thought nothing of it.
But I had been like, because I had gone to Oak Park Mall before you had gotten there to do some Christmas shopping. They have a Lego store, which is kind of the highlight.
They had a Lego store there now.
It's like the highlight of Oak Park Mall, which by and large has gone to the fucking shit show wolves.
Oh, really? Is it bad?
It's bad. It's a B mall. But I'm like, where's the A mall in Kansas City now? Is it the Plaza? Is it Town Center? I don't even know. But Oak Park Mall used to be the fucking crown jewel of Kansas City, South Kansas City shopping.
Yeah.
And now it's awful. When you have like 3 Jersey stores, that's a telltale sign your mall's taking a giant shit.
Yeah, they're like they're unauthorized retailers.
It's all the fucking collectible places.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you want a framed photo of Kobe Bryant taking a shot in a game that didn't mean shit? Well, here you go. I got 9 copies. They're signed by Larry, the guy that sold them to me.
Do they still have that collectibles place that's been there for decades that you could go buy really expensive concert tickets at?
A Sports? No, I think they were.
What was it called? A Sports?
Ace Sports. Because we used to have to walk that guy to his car sometimes because he would charge so much for tickets. He would get threatened. But also, it's a market.
Can you imagine? It's like, I've got mall security walking me to my car. I'm such a fucking scammer.
Yeah, we'll walk. We would drive him in the BMW.
Nice. Fun.
Yeah, super nice. But yeah, it was. But then StubHub came around and fucking
put him out of business. Yeah.
Yeah.
That place was wild.
That place was wild. He also lost his shirt one year because he bet that the Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl in the late 90s or early 2000s. And they did, in the Vermeil years. And they totally did not. It was like an early exit, but he said he'd give away a hat to anyone that showed up. Because that was the other thing. He also had 1,000 hats.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had every team, every colorway, every variation, including the leather ones. And yeah, but also made money hand over fist.
Yeah, I'm sure, he's probably dead now.
If not, he's in Florida somewhere having mall security walk him around.
Good for him.
But yeah, so went to the Lego store, and as I do every time I go in, I walk by a Lego store, I walk in, I go, I want all of these things, and then I talk myself out of it by going, you're 44 years old.
Good for
You don't
you.
you don't need to buy yourself Legos. Now, you can ask for them for gifts. And if someone gets them for you like the best sister ever, then absolutely, you
I
can
did do
build
that.
Legos. But they were also, you know how every weather channel is when a system's coming, it was all fucking doom and gloom. They're like, fucking, we're never going to live through this. It's going to get super
No one was
cold.
saying that.
They're like, you're all going to die. And I was like,
the death toll is up to 0, but it could shoot up at any moment.
So I was like, you know what? Wouldn't it be fun if we're going to be snowed in? We're going to be watching Seinfeld or fucking whatever ad nauseum.
Which, real quick, we ended up watching White Christmas, which Chris thought was It's a Wonderful Life.
We were 45 minutes and I'm like, where's fucking Mr. Smith Goes to Washington?
Yeah, he was like, this song, is this a musical with Bing Crosby? And I was like, yeah, Danny Kaye. Who else is in this? We told him, and he was like,
what?
Where's it? Isn't there a sled or something? No, that's the other movie.
What's the guy's name?
Thank God.
What's that? Jimmy Stewart. I'm like, where's Jimmy Stewart?
Oh, Jimmy Stewart.
When's Jimmy Stewart show up? And they're like, that's It's a Wonderful Life, you dumb. And I'm like, oh, this is a much lighter film.
Oh, it was much lighter. But yeah, Chris bought the Friends Lego set.
Because I'm like, let's just build this if we can't go anywhere.
Yeah. So anyway, I kind of had to eat my words on the let's not watch Friends stuff.
Because in my head, I'm like, we'll watch Friends, we'll build Friends, it'll be great. Night before, Andy's like, fucking no Friends. So the day the storm
can't watch it anymore.
The day the storm was supposed to hit, I went back to the Lego store. They had 5 Friends sets there the day before. The Legos aren't cheap.
No, they're not.
Go back the next day, out of Friends set completely. And they're like, we get a truck in tomorrow. I'm like, well, the shit's going to hit the fan tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll just run over to this Target, just hope for it. And I went over to Target. Fucking, they had their Legos thing was decimated and sitting there like with a spotlight from heaven shining down on it was one last Friend set. And we crushed it. First day, 7 hours.
Yeah, Dad was just like, wow.
Yeah. But also, I love how the parents made fun of us for building Legos, but meanwhile, and we brought it up to them. Meanwhile, they're on their iPads. Dad's playing Photo Hunt for 4 of those hours. And I'm like, what? Where? At least
Can you imagine if we got him one of those like old touchscreen TVs that would be on the bar of like every 90s restaurant?
And we just put it up on the high top bar. And
he's bang, bang,
all of a sudden he's smoking again.
Somehow it starts dispensing coins.
Like Lemmy at the Rainbow Room. Like people just come up and take pictures with him and he's just
playing Photo Hunt. Oh man.
I wonder how much those are.
I don't know. That would be fun.
You would think you can get one for cheap, but also it might be one of those things that's kind of like a kitschy.
Yeah, it could be. It could be expensive. Oh man. Dad, 2 years ago, I lost an AirPod in Dad's car. And we turned that car inside out trying to find this motherfucking AirPod. We couldn't find it anywhere.
Wow.
And literally 2 days ago or yesterday, Dad texted Chris and I going, someone lose an AirPod? And I was like, yeah, 2 years ago, remember? He was like, huh. Well,
dude, as soon as he said that text, I was like, didn't Andy lose one like 2 years ago?
Yeah. And so anyway, I was like, well, hang on to it because I kept the case in the other one. So I'm just going to mail him to Dad. And I just cleaned him, which is probably the last time they'll ever be white.
My ears aren't dirty.
Oh, fuck off.
Hold on.
I couldn't get some of the dirt out of the queso, but he's just gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure Dad's not going to send them back. Well, I can't find the old ones. The new ones are very expensive.
Really? How much are
The,
they?
the new ones are like $1,800.
Oh, that is not very expensive. That's expensive.
For a joke, for a goof.
Listen, I thought maybe
That's
they were going to be like 20 grand or something.
Oh, no, no, no. Like you can buy like a brand new Golden Tee machine for $3,500.
Really?
I swear to God, if you end up with a Golden Tee machine in your room,
Send it to mom and dad. It's like, what if we split this for Christmas for the next 10 years?
I can't find an old school one.
That's fine.
I'm sure they're littered around fucking shitty taverns in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a dense concentration of them in Omaha.
Well, back in the day, when I played the Dakotas,
Johnson?
they would have a lot of North and South, and South, the states. They would have casinos, but all they were touch screen poker that you could win or lose a whole bunch of money on.
Oh my God, did they have roulette?
They had all. I mean, it was anything that was video they could do.
A video roulette game is my Achilles heel.
Yeah.
How much is one of those?
I mean, I'm sure you have.
You tell your little story. I'll look it up.
But yeah, so we spent 7 hours building. It's the friends' apartments. It was, first day was 7 hours, second day was 2 hours. So like a full 9-hour build. It was super fun. Like, especially the first day, it did not feel like 7 hours, until it got
the best.
Until it got
those
real
are the best.
Dark.
Those are the best because I've spent one day I did a jigsaw puzzle on my apartment floor for 12 hours. And boy, did my back hurt the next day.
Dude, I bet your back really hurt. I know my back hurt the next day. And we were at a table. I'm just old. And then, but yeah. And then what I did do for the first time for our cousin Hannah, famous for the Hannah Boop, and also
Chris, it's only $3,800 for the video roulette. For the Bally's video roulette machine.
Oh, you're going name brand. You're getting the actual, like the one that's in the casino.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly.
Rawr, rawr, rawr.
But I actually broke the Lego set down. I took the thing and I took the manual. I went backwards and I bagged it all up by bag numerically. And
well, I kind of
so
didn't leave you a choice of what to do that afternoon because I accidentally took a 3-hour nap on the couch.
Oh, Andy's room is also, she has her own room, but she also has the living room as her second room because she just wakes up, turns the switch on, the television that everyone's watching, and starts playing Grand Theft Auto. She did it every fucking day.
I don't come in and change the channel. It's not like
you change the input.
No, okay. First of all, the TV's not even on when I come out into the living room. Y'all are just sitting there. You're playing your Switch in the corner. Mom's working in the kitchen. Dad's downstairs booking his big fat loads. And so I turn on the TV and I start playing Nintendo, and then everyone filters into the living room.
And do you stop?
No, but I do. I mean, I ask if anyone wants to watch anything.
And we go, yeah. And you go, okay.
And I say, well, you figured that out. Yeah. I'm not going to flip through the channels for you. I have to put in all this work starting Gang Wars. Now I have to change a channel for you.
And then proceeds to be like, okay, well, are we going to watch something? I'll lay down on the couch, which is supposed to seat at least 2 of us. And she just fucking lays full out, both dogs on top of her. And then 4 hours later woke up.
To be fair, it was only Dad and I in the living room to begin with. And I thought I was just going to take a quick little snooze, but I took a 3-hour nap. It was 3 hours. It was 3.
3.5.
I was like, what happened to your pinky there, Laura?
Our aunt has systematically broken both of her pinkies in a way that they're both like correct. They're both like this now.
Yeah, if she makes a fist, Pinky does
Yeah,
this because
yeah,
it
it
can't.
does
She has
this
like plates and screws and rods in her hands.
on both sides.
That bitch needs some milk.
And her kids always make fun of her and do this when they fucking.
Oh, the nuck.
Oh, but
Um.
yeah, that was just a few of the nights. That was the first couple of nights you were in town.
Also, have you ever taken a 2-dog nap? Because there's no waking up from that.
No, but I have listened to a lot of Three Dog Night. Jeremiah was wrong.
Are you okay? Oh, you're like, thought you were
I
going
had to
down.
do I had to do the full Three Dog Night.
But yeah, it warmed up towards the end of the trip though, so that was nice.
But we had Christmas Eve on the 23rd. It was a crisp 0 degrees outside, which was
It
not
really
the
was.
first time we've had like an inclement weather situation at Norman Laura's. As a matter of fact, I think every time we've had Christmas Eve or Christmas Eve at Norman Laura's, there has been ridiculous amounts of weather of some
There
kind.
has been. There really has been. But this year was really fun because Dad and Norm had to cook like 12 steaks out on the grill and 0 degrees, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then if you get last place in our that side of the family's fantasy football league, you have to dress up as an elf to hand out the Christmas Eve Christmas gifts. We all draw one name and you buy a present for that one person. So everyone gets one gift. So this year it was our knuckle Aunt Laura, and she came down dressed as a what? What's that face?
Oh, nothing. My phone. I was just mad because my phone kept dinging.
Oh, I couldn't hear it. But she came down the stairs in a fucking inflatable T-Rex costume. But yeah, it was fun. Had a great time. It was hilarious watching her try to hand out presents in that thing and just
also she
taking
didn't
off
realize
all the ornaments on the tree as she goes down.
Because the head. Hold on, I just need to make sure my settings are good.
Why? What's going on? What's happening over there?
When I went to play the video, my AirPods switched over to the phone, and I just when I switched them back,
numbskull.
I didn't do it. It did it on its own. And then when I switched it back, I just wanted to make sure it didn't switch the mic too. I'm doing technical shit. I'll probably edit most of this out. Speaking of which, yeah, let me hit this. But yeah, I don't think she really thought about how hot it was going to be in a fucking plastic suit that had a little fan that was just blowing air into it to keep it inflated.
Man, was she sweaty.
She was super sweaty.
Man, it was hot in there.
She held strong to the bit. She handed out every present in that thing.
I was crying. I was laughing so hard.
Oh, it was
great.
The highlight of the holiday season, I would say.
It really was. What else? What else did we do? Oh yeah, trying to smoke weed in that weather was sucked. So we tried to smoke weed in the garage with the door closed, which ended up just making the whole house smell like weed. So
yeah,
I was like, just let us smoke inside.
At one point, we were sitting there, and I lit a candle, and Dad's like, "Did you fart?" I was like, "No, I think I smell weed creeping in from the garage." He's like, "Yep, totally,
yep,
yeah."
Nope.
No.
Nope. Yep.
It's a lot more nopes than it is. Yeah.
Oh my God. As soon as all you have to say is, "Hey, Dad," and he goes, "Nope."
Nope.
Scott, nope.
They say, I mean, what? And then nope. Oh man, he's saying fuck you guys right now.
Yeah, he sure is.
But yeah, we had a great Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Eve, the first in the morning, we went to and watched it, which is now becoming a tradition, which I love.
Yeah. Oh, we went and saw the Kansas City Symphony.
Yeah, we watched last year. We saw Home Alone, and Kansas City Symphony played the entire thing, and this year they played Elf.
Oh, it was so awesome.
Which was the first time I'd actually seen that movie in its entirety.
Great movie.
And it's a good movie. I see what all the hubbub's about.
Oh, my hair is like sticking to my neck. I hate that feeling. Yeah, it was so awesome. I cried at the end
Yeah, I think I
when they
cried
were
at the end.
spreading Christmas cheer.
It's a good time.
It was a good time. It was really fun.
And then Christmas Eve, the best part about that is like we're having a great time, but we were all just like, I can't wait to get back to the house and get in my sweatpants
Oh my god, on Christmas Eve, yeah. And then we just went back to the house and put on our sweatpants.
and just chill.
Oh, we
A
had to go
great.
to church, but then
Oh,
we went and put on our sweatpants.
oh, that's right. We did have to go to church. And my
But we
go,
did
go
have roadies. But wait, should we say that? Probably not. But we
yeah.
had roadies on the way to
There's-
church.
The statute of limitations on that is like 40 minutes.
Oh man, it was fun. And then I came home for New Year's Eve, which I ended up canceling on the party that I was supposed to go to, and just had two of my friends over here, which was awesome. And then you went to Dallas, right?
I went to Dallas. Well, before that, before I even got to Kansas City, I did a show in Wichita, a show in Columbia, like just regular shows.
Oh,
And
right.
then
How are those two
Saturday,
suck towns?
they're. I'll tell you this. I stayed in downtown Wichita for the first time ever.
There's a downtown.
Right? I didn't know that either, and it
Huh.
was very cute and very well. They put some money into it, and I was very blown away by downtown Wichita. And the show was great.
How much money? Like $50?
I would say probably 1,500, 1,600 bucks. But in
Wow. I bet they
Wichita,
got, do they have one of those touch TV games? I mean, maybe they could double their money.
literally all over. And then I went to Columbia, Missouri, home of a
Ugh.
college that is not well run. But the show was great. And then the second night, I had to do a corporate gig for the largest Mercedes dealership in Missouri or something like that. And the guy that owned it was obviously a huge fan. Because when I met him, I was like, do I need to be clean? He's like, no, man, you just keep doing what you do. That's made me laugh all these years. And I was like, great.
Oh,
And but what we found out the rub was they only knew that I was going to be there. And then this girl was going to be there who was like an indie rock girl. What they didn't know was that after her was going to be Chingy of Holiday Inn fame. And then after Chingy was going to be the Wallflowers of 6th Avenue Heartache fame. So it was quite.
I love that you gave them 6th Avenue Heartache instead of One Headlight.
I don't really like One Headlight. I think
I don't either. I'm completely there with you, but I mean, popularity wise,
Avenue's the better tune.
Oh,
Yeah, but no,
100%.
100%. So I get to the venue and I go to the green room because I'd been there the night previous. As a matter of fact, I was looking for my sunglasses, which I had not in fact brought to Columbia at all. I'd left at mom and dad's house.
Oh.
Because I'd stopped there for lunch on the way between Wichita and Columbia because I'm a very good son.
I'll look at you.
And so start walking the green room, and they grab me and they're like, the green room is just for the Wallflowers tonight. And I was like, well, double fuck those guys. I'm going to do my set. I'm going to get my check. I'm going to go the fuck home.
Yeah, tell Rob Dylan to suck my dick.
And that's not even his name, and I know it.
I know his name too, but yeah, Rob Dylan
like,
is funny.
Tell Rob to go fuck himself.
It's just funny to think that Bob Dylan would name his son Rob Dylan.
Yeah. And it's not Bob Dylan Jr. It's Rob. No. He's fucking Rob.
Knob Dylan.
Shut up, Alexa. Anywho, we've been fighting.
Did you hit her?
I'd been drinking and we've made up for it, and she was a little bit at fault. Don't play Chumbawamba, bitch.
Oh, I didn't have my headphones plugged in the right way the whole time. That sounds much better. I mean, it sounded good, but that sounds nice.
Now I'm booming.
Yeah, now you're pretty. No, you sound great.
Anywho, what were we? What were we talking about?
Knob Dylan.
So I'm like, fuck this. I get off stage at 7:30. Columbia's 2 hours from Kansas City. I'll be home by 10, and I was. But yeah, met Chingy. Couldn't have been a nicer guy.
That's great.
Just super down to earth. Asked to take a picture with me.
Mm-hmm.
It was super cool. Went to do the show, however. I got paid a lot of money for this gig, like as much money as I normally get paid in a month.
Woo!
And I was like, I felt like a train robber. Like, I'm gonna come in there, I'm gonna get this bag, I'm gonna get the fuck out of town. And then I did the show, and I made all of that money. Like, I earned every bit of it because it was 4 minutes of people giving a fuck, and then but also it was called the Jingle and Mingle. Like, these people were there to
mingle.
talk, hang out. They
Yeah,
weren't.
were they also all wearing bells? Because that would suck.
Fucking at this point, as much as they were paying me, fucking might as well have. and also as much as they gave a shit, because they did not. And I just told my jokes into an abyss of conversation. I might as well have been playing a corner bar at a casino. But yeah, I got through it.
At least they'd have touch poker and roulette.
It was a lot of fun. And honestly, if I would have known that's what I was getting into for the money they were paying me, I still would have done the gig. So
Right.
I don't know why I'm complaining. But yeah, I did go to Fort Worth to do two shows. New Year's Eve, flew in, did them. And normally the early show is like a fun show. It's like a normal show. And then the late show is a fucking drunk fuck fest.
Yeah.
And Saturday, this early show was a fucking fuck fest, and I got real scared. I was like, "Oh, the late show's gonna be fucking monkeys throwing shit at each other," and couldn't have been a greater crowd.
That's
couldn't
awesome.
have been a better way to ring in the new year.
Great.
And yeah, so did that. Was on the first flight home, and I've been here since, and it's been fucking great.
That's awesome.
I've been making a lot of dinners at home.
You and I both. You know why? Because you got me a Dutch oven for Christmas, and not just, you didn't fart in my sheets. You got me the actual, like an actual Dutch oven.
A 4-quart, a 5-quart fucking Le Creuset.
Le Creuset.
Yeah.
Or Le Croissant.
I went deep.
I don't know actually know how you pronounce it.
Because you got real lucky.
Stop.
I was online over Thanksgiving. I was at the house, or the townhouse in Kansas City, in fucking
PF condo.
PF condo. And Bloomy sent me an email, and I was like, Andi, just luck the fuck out. And here we go.
Oh man. See, that is what happens when you go shopping with your family, and every time you pass by it, you go, I want that. And you just do that for about a decade, and it happens. I have been a soupy little bitch because it has been raining. And what better weather to make soups? I made a roasted tomato basil soup from scratch. Roasted them maters myself.
Get the fuck out of here.
Honestly, I blew my own socks off. And then I made a potato leek soup. That is so goddamn good. And then on Sunday, I braised some short ribs and some garlic and red wine that I'm salivating just thinking about. And I gave the leftovers to Chris that he's going to make into tacos.
Nice.
We're all benefiting from the Dutch oven. And I have like 8 bags of soup in my freezer.
You have bags of soup?
Yeah, frozen bags of soup.
Great.
But would you freeze it in?
I mean, that makes sense. I'm just saying it's a rare phrase.
Oh, I am up to my neck in bags of soup.
Just fucking, hey, you need a bag of soup? Because I have so many bags of soup. They're cubes now. They're more like soup nuggets at this point, but soup balls, really.
You know, that's something I've been cooking a lot. And Ashvin was telling me that he puts like butter he makes broth, chicken stock into cubes. So it's like a little cube of frozen chicken stock that you can just use for like a one dish.
Oh, nice. He doesn't like
eat them
he doesn't just suck on them like fucking old school popsicles.
That sounds actually kind of good. Am I real? I think I'm really high.
I think you are.
Oh my God, some chicken pops.
Sharks for 15% of my company, Savory Pops. For years now, popsicles have only come in sweet flavors, but now it's time for savory.
Cherry. and orange. Ugh, who
What?
likes those?
How about chicken or beef
And for a
or
limited time only,
stuffed
shrimp,
baked potato?
baked potato. We even have veggie pops for the vegetarian in your life.
You'll say, this is something.
If you can't keep food down, suck on our pops.
Sharks, you want to suck this savory pop?
Put this pop in your mouth.
Looking at you, Spanx girl.
Yeah. Open up, Mr. Millionaire. What's his name? Mr. Million
Mr.
Dollars.
Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful. Mr. $1 million. Open up, Mr. Wonderful. Here comes a chicken pop.
Oh, where are we at?
46 minutes. I do want to talk about dad's loads.
So our cousins have started a trucking company, which great. God bless them.
Midwest
Also-
Transport Group. Use them for all your transport needs.
Also semi hilarious if you knew our
It's
cousins.
hilarious.
Especially Eric.
Yeah.
The TikToks we get or Andi gets and shares with the rest of us.
There's
Not
the
the-
Snapchats.
The Snapchats. As a matter of fact, I want to log back into Snapchat just so I can keep watching his Snapchats.
Uncle Tom sent me one from Eric's story this morning that wouldn't load, and I'm nervous to watch it, but I'm sure it's usually him yelling at people at another truck stop, using laser pointers on him. We've talked about it on previous pods, but he's a menace.
He's a menace, but also just one of those dudes that's too smart for his own good.
Yeah.
I think he is, like, if you tested him with the right test, he'd be like, oh, he's a legit genius.
Yeah, if you tested me with the right test, I'd get the same thing, but you got to get the right test.
Would you? What would that test be? Simpsons?
Yeah, probably. I'll tell you what, I've been watching Celebrity Jeopardy on Hulu, the repeats, and I am crushing the quarterfinals.
Yeah, no, fucking Celebrity Jeopardy is easier than Teen Jeopardy.
It is. The other day of the question, well, it was phrased quite eloquently, but it was basically like, what color is a crow? And I was like, it's black. It's black, Michael Sarah.
Anywho, so dad has been helping them, and they've been he's taken a position with them where he basically is their dispatcher, but it's they deal in loads, and so
the truck,
it's a lot of wordplay.
They have to drive loads around, picking up loads,
dropping
loads, dropping huge
loads, dropping
partial loads, short loads,
all over their faces.
Dad, Chris and I it never was not funny, and Dad would be like, "Shut up!"
What? You said drop a load. You gonna go downstairs and book some more loads? You gonna go work up a load?
Got to get him a big load from Los Angeles to Tucson.
And even Mom would be in the other room just giggling a little bit. Dad hated it. Dad did not find the humor in it at all.
Oh man, he made us this way.
Day 1 he did, but day 13 he did not find it funny. He did not find it funny at all.
Oh man.
We're funny.
Oh, we are funny. Dad loves loads. If you have any loads that you need taken care of, call our dad. Dad loves loads. Midwest Transport Group. Use them for all your loads, big or small, short or long.
If Dad ever starts his own consulting company and he does not call it Dad Loves Loads, what are we even doing?
What are we doing?
What are we?
Dad Loves Loads. DLL.
So I'll tell you what, we got a lot of emails, but a lot of them are just YouTube telling us we have subscribers to our YouTube channel.
Yay!
Because we've been dropping our pod. We've been dropping
some loads,
our proverbial load all over YouTube.
Pod
if you're listening to us on Spotify and you just want to see what we look like or how dirty my desk is,
and you know what? I put makeup on for this. Fucking watch us.
Yeah, go to just search 1 millionth pod or at the 1 millionth pod on the YouTubes. And you could subscribe. And that's what a lot of people have been doing. Also, if you have questions, concerns, need life advice, send it to 1 millionth pod. That's all words, 1 million with a TH and a POD at gmail.com. And we will read. Mostly I read them. The emails.
I read.
Andi comments.
You read to read.
Everybody reads. But just this. Look, these are all fucking new subscribers.
Wow.
Anyway.
Look at us.
Look at this new comment on Got Pilk. LOL. I can't believe that the famous beverage from Laverne and Shirley has made yet another comeback. You go Porters. Well, you
my
go.
God. That's exactly what.
Go
Jerisha. That's what Dad said as soon as I told him we tried Pilk. He's like, "Oh, from Laverne and Shirley," and I'm like, "Of course."
What up, Portheads, talent receivers, and double fucks? Chris Porter here to remind you to keep yourself all trimmed up down there this holiday season using a lawnmower from Manscaped.com. Go to Manscaped.com and enter in the promo code 1 millionth pod. You get 20% off your entire order and free shipping.
Yeah. And then, yeah. So go to our YouTube channel. We do have one regular email from Captain Rob.
Rob, I miss Captain Rob.
Captain Rob will get you high tonight. Everyone knows that. Billy Joel talked about it. Subject: Legal's drug substitutes. Did he go to jail? See?
No, but he went to North Carolina, South Carolina, North Carolina.
I guess. Well, that's the same. What up, friends? Love you, miss you. Can't wait to stop on by. We moved across the country to a state where weed is illegal, and I've been introduced to Delta 8. Have you tried this stuff? It is virtually identical to the real thing. I've heard different reports on that. I've heard that it gets you stoned, but it doesn't really get you euphoric like weed does.
I've never tried it. I don't think I know anyone who's tried it.
I know our dad was going to try to sell it, and I told him to not do that.
Yeah, he does sell retinol, though. You should hit him up for that. Dad loves loads. Also, retinol.
Dad loves retin loads.
Retin loads.
He's got loads of retinol. What's retinol?
It's a skin serum.
Oh, okay.
Anti-aging.
Anyway, Captain Rob says it is virtually identical to the real thing. So much so that I have no idea why you don't just legalize the real stuff. I took a 20 milligram gummy and felt the equivalent of taking a 10 milligram edible from California. Oh, so you just got to double the dose. I watched 2 episodes of White Lotus and had to rewind twice because I didn't know what was going on. All right. So maybe if you're in a non-compassionate state, you try the Delta 8. Ooh, and I just started a rap. Are you in a not compassionate state? Well, then you smoked a Delta 8.
Have you ever watched White Lotus?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's on HBO. It's so good. There's 2 seasons out and done. It won all the Emmys last year, and it probably will again this year.
Is it
the
sci-fi?
Theme song is so awesome. No, it's like a whodunit thriller kind of thing, but it takes place in like beautiful locations.
Have you tried? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the first season's shot at the 4 Seasons in Maui, and the second season is shot at the 4 Seasons in Sicily.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Rob would like to know, Captain Rob, have you all tried any legal substitution drug like Delta 8, salvia, gas station boner pills? How was your experience? I have tried salvia and I have tried gas station boner pills.
Ugh.
Not so much. The boner pills just make you sweat a whole bunch. I don't know about the boner. Salvia didn't really work for me. We did the liquid where you like hold it in your cheeks for like a while, and I don't know. My roommate Jess at the time totally tripped out on it. I was going down a stairway for like a split second, and that was the end of it. I didn't really like salvia.
I did it in college. I smoked salvia in college.
Anything?
I did it with my roommate Justin. Yeah, I had a little something. I felt like I was in space in a tube.
Okay. Tube space,
but like traveling quickly.
Okay.
You know?
like space-time continuum shit.
But more like time was going normally and I was just like in a slide.
Oh, okay. Like you had gone plaid.
Kind of, yeah, kind of like that. And I thought it lasted a half hour and it was really only 2 minutes. And then we cooked dinner and I was fine.
Okay. But yeah, I'm not into the legal substitutes. I don't even like stevia, to be honest with you. I just
No,
rather have real sugar.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I've never been hard up for weed so much that I needed to try. I'm sure if I couldn't find weed one night, I'd probably fucking go find some Delta 8 and just hope it held me over till I found real weed.
Also, Rob, if you just want me to mail you weed, let me know. Linda, the mail lady, you didn't hear that.
Also, thinking about buying a dab rig just because my friend's into cannabis and has given me a lot of concentrates.
Woo!
And yeah, I'm scared because
Yeah, I if you're scared of it, then I wouldn't do it.
but also I think it'd be
Put
like
the concentrates in like a bowl or something, or roll them into a joint.
but it's like sugars and stuff like that. It's not just like hash or keef. It's stuff that's meant to be dabbed. So I think I just might throw down the $200 and get a electric rig and just keep it for like nights or Sundays. I don't know.
Oh man.
I mean,
Sucks,
worst comes to
Mom.
worst, I buy it, I don't like it, and then I can sell it. Or I'll just give it to someone like you, and then you can deal
No,
with it.
absolutely not.
Anyway, but hey, thanks for writing in, Captain Rob. We miss you.
Yeah, we do miss you, bud. Don't worry, most of softball season's been canceled because of this wonderful weather.
But also weather that it sucks. But also it's definitely shit we needed.
For sure.
1,000%.
For sure. And it's not going to be super rainy the rest of the day, which is going to be nice.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's going to rain a little bit more, but by this afternoon, it should clear up.
Oh, good. It'll be nice at the gym.
It will be nice at the gym.
Well, that was fun.
That was fun. Too fun for stories.
Too fun for stories, although I do have some good
fun
ones.
for stories.
One of the lesser known MC Hammer hits. But yeah, we'll have them for next week, unless we have so much fun this week that we don't get to them. That's how this pod is. It's free flowing. Sometimes we get to stuff, sometimes we don't.
Sometimes we get to the stuff, sometimes we don't. I might take my Christmas tree down today, maybe.
Yeah, you had enough. I know you kept it up a little extra long just because you didn't get to enjoy it pre.
Yeah, but now I'm just kind of like,
yeah,
so long ago.
They already had Easter candy out at CVS. So,
oh my God, I saw that when I was picking up my scripts yesterday.
Although, hey, if I can get a Cadbury egg a little longer than I used to, I'm not against it. Anywho,
you like the big ones or the little ones?
I don't mind either one of them.
You like a regular Cadbury egg?
Yeah, I'll eat one
Cadbury
of those.
cream egg? Oh, they're so good. Whatever's in that filling, it's crack.
I don't know. You know what? I haven't had one in probably a decade, so I don't know.
There was a mayonnaise brand that put Cadbury cream eggs in their mayonnaise. They like mixed it up.
No, that's wrong. Well, anyway, you can find me. This week, by the time this comes out, you can find me in Buffalo, the 18th through the 20th, I think, at Helium. I'll be doing shows there. And then after that, I'll be at the Punchline in Philadelphia. You can find me there. You can find all my dates at ChrisPorterComedy.com. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Chris Porter. And you can find the pod on Instagram at the words 1 millionth pod. That's all words 1 million with a TH and a POD.
And you can find the pod on Twitter. Do people still use Twitter? If you are, you can find the pod at the number 1 and the words millionth pod. And you can find me on Instagram at Andi Port and on Twitter at Andi Porter.
And as always, my name's Chris Porter.
I'm Andi Porter.
This has been the 1 millionth podcast. Fuck you.
Come on by.
I do do do.
Do 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 do.
I do 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 do.
Do 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 do.
I do 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 do.
Do do do.
Do 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 do.
Do do do.
Do 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 do. Doop 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 doop.
All right, stay safe out there.
Bye.
Bye.